Hey. Hannah, I'm not going. Not now. Not ever.
Why didn't you say this to me when I was alive? My husband and I, we never got a note.
Hey, it's Hannah. Hannah Baker.
Holy shit.
Settle in, because I'm about to tell you the story of my life. More specifically, why my life ended. And if you're listening to this tape, you're one of the reasons why.
This is a wild game of survival.
Is Hannah telling the truth?
Don't believe everything you hear.
Whatever Hannah thought she saw, she lied about it on those tapes because she's a crazy drama queen who just killed herself for attention.
Hannah has secrets, Mrs. Baker.
Hannah's secrets are what killed her.
Maybe I'll never know why you did what you did, but I can make you understand how it felt.
You don't know the whole story.
What else do I need to know? You're just like the rest of them, but I'm not. Everyone is just so nice until they drive you to kill yourself. And sooner or later, the truth will come out.
Hey everyone, I'm Lena Nori, and today we are talking 13 reasons why not. There's been a huge amount of criticism about this show potentially doing a lot more harm than it can do good. Now, I would not be here today and we would not be discussing this topic if it was not for this show. So it definitely does open up some important issue about some vital problems we have going on in society, including mental health, depression, and suicide. So I am definitely thankful for that. However, I do feel that this show does need to be viewed responsibly, and there is a lot of factors which could potentially harm young kids who are very impressionable. And there's so many articles and student counselors that are coming out warning parents and sending letters home telling them your kids are watching this show. I have spent the last decade, if not more, coming back from being that young girl that got bullied. I do feel that people don't understand, unless you've actually been bullied, how easily you can be affected. I got called every name you can think of. I was called bulldog. I was made fun of for my voice. I was made fun of for my mole. And I would get notes in my locker from people telling me that I was fat, I was ugly, that I wasn't good enough. I remember going to Costco and buying Jolly Rancher lollipops and giving them out to people in school and helping people with their homework just because I wanted so badly for people to accept me. I am still fighting those insecurities that I felt as a little girl. Every breakup, every job I don't get, every audition that I don't book, I want you to know it is not you. They are feeling an insecurity and a darkness in themselves, and that is why they need to project their feelings on you. Do not let yourself go to that dark place. Go to a family member, go to somebody you trust and talk to them about your feelings and know that you are amazing, and do not let that negativity bring you down. I understand that how I view the show may be different than how someone else views the show, but me being someone who was bullied and who's been at that dark place, I understand the power that that show could potentially have on a young child who's impressionable and in a dark place. Suicide is not justified, and this show shows that Hannah Baker gets her revenge. It may not be her directly seeking the revenge, but she gets her revenge through Clay. And then at the end, Alex, who was one of the reasons why she killed herself, tries to commit suicide, and although we don't know if he ends up dead, he shoots himself in the head. The guilt that he felt from being responsible for Hannah Baker's death, the taunting, the regret led him to take his own life. And then on top of that, you have Tyler, who also is one of the reasons, who also is bullied and has rocks thrown at his house, who is also taunted. And the season closes with him going into his, I believe it's like a suitcase of weapons. And he's potentially going to cause harm to students who taunted him. It's insane. It's revenge. It's dark. It's so hard to watch. And it makes me think that if someone is already in a dark place, and for those of you that haven't been in a dark place, you don't know how it feels. You may think it's insane or crazy, and I hate using those words, but it's the truth, to think that someone could watch a show and learn from it or be a potential copycat, but you don't know how those people feel. You don't know the darkness that they're going through. You don't know that if they feel that if they do this, it's going to bring attention. It's going to give them the attention that they wanted. Look at Hannah Baker. She was lacking attention, and it's like now she becomes, in 13 episodes, the obsession of these kids, and it's all that's talked about in school, and there's flowers and there's pictures in her locker, and it can just do so much harm than it could do good, especially if your parents are not there to talk to you about it, if there's not a dialogue. So their parents can be there to talk to them about these important topics, to talk to them about why suicide is not good, and that they have someone to talk to and that they have someone that loves them. Another important issue for this show is that the ratings and the sexual content are not correctly depicted. It does say viewer discretion is advised, but we're talking about rape, drugging, profanity, cyberbullying. You see this firsthand. You see her suicide firsthand. The scene where she's killing herself and she slits her wrist in the bathtub are just so chilling that when I even think about it, my heart starts racing. And to think that there's young teens that are watching these scenes. In New Zealand, they just passed a law and they changed the viewer discretion. You have to be 18 and over in New Zealand to even watch 13 Reasons Why. And the reason why is that they have the highest rate of child suicide. They took it upon themselves. They took the social responsibility to change the ratings of this show. Hopefully there'll be some further changes. And listen, I get it. With all the amount of media and attention, there's an easy way for kids to still be able to access and outlet these shows if they really want to. But with that discretionary rating, it's the first step in the right direction. Another extremely dangerous aspect is the lack of attention. Someone may view this series and say, look at Hannah Baker, look at how much attention she got after death. She was lacking the attention while she was alive. She wanted acceptance. She wanted to have a guy who loved her. And there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody wants to feel loved and everybody wants attention. I want attention. I want to feel loved. But there's a fine line between wanting that attention and love and actually doing something so drastic to achieve that attention. This show walks that dangerous line. If I do what Hannah Baker did, I'm going to get the attention that she got. I'm really hoping that word spreads and that they take all of these factors that I discussed and that all these news outlets have discussed into consideration and understand that they can potentially affect the young generation of kids from 7th grade, in their teens, and even possibly adults. The point that I'm trying to make here today is that if it wasn't for 13 Reasons Why, I would not be here having this dialogue with you guys. I would not have opened myself up to you. I would not have opened myself to my past experiences and been able to share them with you guys. If you guys do decide to watch this show, I'm not telling you to watch it or don't. Just please watch it responsibly. Parents out there, make sure if your kids are watching it, you watch it with them and you talk to them about these very important topics. They are topics that are happening today and that are being swept under the rug. And it's so important to know that what happens to you as a young adult affects you in the future. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Lena Nori and I love you all. Please know that you are amazing and we are all built in our own beautiful, unique ways.